Hello everyone, welcome to Mr. Naylor's class. I am Mr. Naylor, and today what we're going to talk about is how we add and subtract polynomials. Now, before we do that, I want to review how we add and subtract polynomials. First of all, we need to understand the idea of like terms. For terms to be alike or like terms, we have to have the same variable and exponent. Terms have to be alike to add or subtract. They don't have to be alike to multiply or divide. So if I take a look at, for example, 2x plus 3x. 2x and 3x have the same variable and they have the same exponent. The exponent would be 1. We don't have to write that. 2x plus 3x is 5x. Some people will put 5x squared. It's 5x. Over here, we have 2x plus 3x squared. These two are not like terms. You can't add them. Not like terms. Another example might be like 6x squared plus 10x squared. 6x squared plus 10x squared is 16x squared. Some people will put 16x to the fourth. It's not. You keep the variables the same. The variables are alike. You keep them the same. And what you do is you add what we call the coefficients, the 6 and the 10. Now, let's take a look at adding and subtracting polynomials. So, first we'll look at adding polynomials. Adding polynomials is pretty easy. You got, let's say, x plus 10 plus 6x plus 15. Now we want to make sure that when we are done adding these, that they are in standard form. The answers are in standard form. Anytime we have polynomials, or we could even call this an expression, the expression, in order to simplify this, do all the adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing that we need to do, we need to follow really the order of operations. Now, if we take a look at the order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract, there's nothing we can do in parentheses. They're not like terms. There's no exponents we can do. There's no multiplying. There's no dividing. There is adding. So the adding that we're going to do is x plus 10 plus 6x plus 15. Now the way I do these is adding is never going to change the sign of anything. There really is a positive out here that we don't need to write. Adding is not going to change anything. So what I like to do is I like to look for the highest exponent first. Highest exponent would be a 1 here and a 1 here. These are like terms. 6x plus 1x, because there's a 1 here, 6x plus 1x is 7x. And when I get done combining them, adding or subtracting them, I like to cross them out. 10 plus 15 is 25. So this is the answer, 7x plus 25. Can't combine those any further. If we looked at another example, let's say we have 6x squared plus 5x plus 1 plus 2x squared plus 10x plus 5. Now I have 3 terms in parentheses and 3 terms in parentheses. I'm going to look for the highest exponents first. Highest exponents here are a 2 and a 2. So I'm going to add those. 6 plus 2 is 8. I keep the variable and the exponent the same. Now over here I have a 5x and a 10x. 5x plus 10x is 15x. And then over here I have a 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. This is my answer. 8x squared plus 15x plus 6. And the answer is in what we call standard form. Standard form means that the highest exponent is first, then the next highest exponent, and so on, until you either have a number by itself or you're done. So now let's look at subtraction. Subtracting polynomials is a little bit different. So we have a 6x plus 10, and then we have minus 3x plus 5. Now, if I was adding them, I would just start adding or subtracting like terms, crossing them off, writing them in standard form, and being done. Now what I have is I have this minus sign right here. Now that's going to change things. Now what I like to tell people is if there's a minus outside the parentheses, you just change the sign of what's inside the parentheses. So change the signs. So I'm going to rewrite this because this is positive. Positive is not going to change anything. You got 6x plus 10. Now the minus right here means that that plus 3x is going to become minus 3x. I'm going to change the sign of this, negative 3x. And this is a positive 5, it's going to become negative 5. Now why are we changing the signs? We're changing the sign because really this is a negative 1 right here. And if you remember the distributive property, really what we're doing is we're multiplying negative 1 times this and this. And when you multiply negative 1 by these terms, it changes the signs. So now I have 6x plus 10 minus 3x minus 5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add or subtract the like terms. Now where are the like terms? 6x minus 3x is 3x. Those are like terms. And then the numbers 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5 we know is 5. I like to cross them out when I'm done with them, and then that shows me that, oh, there's nothing left. So the answer is 3x plus 5. Let's take a look at another one. Say we got 2x plus 14 minus 6x minus 10. So again, we have subtraction right here. We know that this is positive. These signs aren't going to change. However, the minus right here means that these signs are going to change. So I'm going to rewrite 2x plus 14, and then this is going to be negative 6x, because it's positive, turns to negative. That's a negative. That's going to turn to a positive 10. So let's take a look at the like terms. Like terms here, we got 2x minus 6x is negative 4x. Cross those out. And then over here I have 14 plus 10 is 24. Cross those out. No more problems. No more terms up here that are not crossed out. So the answer is negative 4x plus 24. That's in standard form. The highest exponent first to the lowest, or the number by itself. Now we'll do a couple problems I'm going to have you guys try. And let's say we have 2x minus 5 plus, let's say we got 6x squared plus 10x minus 10. And then over here, let's do a subtraction. Let's say we have 16x squared minus 3 minus 10x squared plus 5. Go ahead and try those two, press the pause button, and then when you're done, press the play button. I'm going to do them, and let's see if we had the same answer. All right, let's check this out. This is positive. When they're positive on the outside of the parentheses, you don't change the signs. If there's no signs to change, then I'll just look at them right away. I'll look for the highest exponent and then combine those like terms and the next highest exponent and so on. So I look at this and we have the highest exponent is a 6x squared. Now there's no other terms that have a square, so I'm going to write that by itself. There's nothing to combine with that. I'm going to write that first. Now, are there any variables that have x to the first? Yeah, here we have 2x to the first, and 10x to the first. Those are like terms. 2x plus 10x is 12x. So those are done. I'm going to cross those out. We just did that one. What's left? -5 and -10. Those are like terms. -5 minus 10 is -15. That's in standard form. Highest exponent to lowest. And then the numbers by itself at the end. Let's look at this one. Here we have a subtraction problem. Subtracting means you change signs. Change signs. So this is going to be a positive. Nothing's going to change here. But here, this positive 10x is going to become negative 10x. And then this positive 5 is going to become negative 5. Now let's look for like terms. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check for the highest exponents. The highest exponent, and I need to, that's negative 10x squared. Should be a square there. So the highest exponent over here is a 2. Got a 2 right there and a 2 right there. That means these are like terms because they have the same variable also. 16x squared minus 10x squared is 6x squared. And then over here, -3 minus 5 is -8. I'm going to cross those out. There's nothing left. This is in standard form. Highest exponent to lowest, or number by itself. So thanks for watching. That's how we add or subtract polynomials. Please like and subscribe so you never miss another video. And I'll see you in the next one.